Hello, my name is Debbie Jacobs, and I'm doing another video. I am just like amazed. I really am. Now, I understand that the cure for depression, anxiety, and bipolar, that was a process. It was really difficult to accomplish getting rid of negative thinking, getting rid of anger, fear, worry, anxiety, self doubt, guilt, shame, jealousy, like all of our negative flaws, our negative, ineffective coping skills. And let me tell you something, it's a manual process. You got to get rid of it. That's just it. And then you learn new effective ways to handle the situation. So instead of getting angry at someone, just express what the problem is. You don't have to get angry. A lot of times people have anger, but they don't have effective communication skills. So they use their anger instead of effective communication skills. That's going from a negative, ineffective coping skill, anger, to a positive, effective coping skill, communication skills, because now I'm going to, resolve the problem and not get angry about it. And basically, there's a lot of negativity in our behaviors, like a ton of negativity. And guess what? That causes depression, anxiety, and bipolar, because they're ineffective coping skills that create upset and unhappiness. Like, being annoyed, being worried, being bothered, being frustrated, being overwhelmed, being embarrassed, being disrespected, being frustrated, like all of these behaviors that create negativity, not positivity. And we need to get rid of all the negativity in our behaviors. And negativity in our behaviors stem from negativity in our mind, from our thoughts. So I'm not getting frustrated because of a situation. I'm getting frustrated because my thoughts are creating the experience of frustration, and then I'm acting on it by being frustrated. So we got to go to our thoughts and say, you know what? Don't be frustrated. Be patient. Chill out. It's not worth getting upset about. It's not worth creating negative energy. And basically, through going from the negativity to positivity, I went from depression, anxiety, and bipolar to freedom and happiness, my authentic self, healthy self esteem. And healthy self esteem doesn't exist in mental illness. There's like 400 people that have mental illness, and not one of them has positive thoughts and healthy self esteem. That's why I say it's the cure. And you know what's like, so in my positive thinking, thoughts, I'm like, this is great. This is so awesome. People can live in their freedom and happiness. But you know what? I'm actually not getting that response at all. I'm getting no response from negative thinkers. My positive thinking is like, this is a great opportunity. But negative thinkers are shooting it down, their own freedom and happiness, to stay in mental illness. That's why your thoughts need to be changed, flat out. You don't have the option to stay in mental illness. And I'll tell you why. Because you know what? I know in my family, and me and my sister, had mental illness. My sister still does. But I know that my dad wanted our happiness and wanted nothing but our happiness. But his unhealed pain became our unhealed pain, and we ended up with depression, anxiety, and bipolar. And you know what? Let me tell you something. That's not what my dad wanted. Not at all. My dad wanted us to be happy. He made mistakes in parenting. Parenting, because there is mistakes being passed down in parenting, and we need to stop that. And this is actually the way to stop it, by getting back on track to positive thoughts and healthy self-esteem. Now, my sister is still in her mental illness. She, like, is in her ego, and will not talk to me, doesn't reply to my emails. Like, we live in different cities. Like, she's like totally separate from her sister. And I'm like, what is going on in mental therapy that this could be the outcome? It's just to like shut down from to be quite honest with you. I really want to just destroy ego and then freedom and happiness for everyone. Because it's ego that's getting in the way of happiness. It's ego that wants to keep the negative thoughts and the mental illness. But your beautiful, authentic self is like, no, 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 no. Get through the ego. Get through it. I want my freedom and happiness. I want my positive thoughts and healthy self esteem. And I want to be me, my beautiful, authentic self, not the hurt version that's taken over by ego. Um, and really, people, I'm trying to get this out to people, and nobody is coming to me. One person came to me, and I'm helping her. I'm helping her immediately get out of her pain. We're working on getting rid of her anxiety and getting rid of her anger. It's the first things that we're working on, and building her confidence. You know, um, I have valuable information that I want to share with people, and no one wants it. But you know what? Let me tell you something. This is real. This is like, quality of life. Quality of life. There's a huge difference going through life with positive thoughts and healthy self-esteem than with mental illness, for sure, and even negative thoughts and low self-esteem. You know, um, and I really want to put out there that there is a cure. There is a cure, and not only that, it needs to be stopped in kids. We need to make parenting changes. Legit, like really, kids are ending up with mental illness when they could be, living their freedom and happiness, but they're hurt from ego parenting, from punishment, from put downs, from invalidation. Not good for kids. And the problem that I'm having is ego doesn't want to be wrong, but ego has to be wrong to build healthy self-esteem, and to get out of ego, to kill the ego, and to change the negative thoughts to positive thoughts. Because ego, has these negative thoughts but doesn't want to change them. That's ego, the root of unhappiness, and gets in the way of your happiness. This is a really like a life changing, opportunity. It is. And I'm really doing what I can, but I'm not supported in any way of making positive change. But I'm like, no, of all things, we want positive thoughts. Why are people ending up with negative thoughts? Because of parenting, because parents have negative thoughts and low self-esteem. So that's what they, teach the next generation. We have to stop that. Parents parents with low self esteem keep the validation, when they need to give the validation to children, and the children get invalidated, and there goes hurt down another generation, and possibly mental illness. So I really, I put out videos. I'm on Facebook. If you want to connect with me, Debbie Jacobs, to kind of spread the word that there are other options. And not only that, I feel it is a necessity. You have to go through the healing process, because you cannot live your life in mental illness when now there is an opportunity for freedom and happiness. The quality of our life, we only live once. And every day that we're in unhappiness could be a day that we're in happiness. And it's important for kids. Childhood is too difficult for children. Parents are coming down on kids, and kids don't have the coping skills or the defense mechanisms or the support structures to deal with them. They are small kids. That they're not human beings. I think I say that they are in the developmental phase of the person that they are yet to become. So everything that happens in their childhood is going to affect the person. It's going to affect the outcome of the person. We need to fill kids up with love and confidence and validation and good effective coping skills, not hurt, anger, fear, worry, insecurity, and send them, into the world. Low self-esteem, negative thoughts, doesn't serve them. We need to, make positive change. Go with positive thinking. The healing process is very, very challenging. but it is freedom and happiness. And you know, I try and do it. I mean, for me, it took me 5 years of commitment and determination. I created an app to reprogram the subconscious mind, reprogramming the negative thoughts. And you know, I'm working with someone. I don't really know. You know, I hope you know to accomplish healing and happiness within a year or even 2 years. But basically, what I'm doing is I am uninstalling all of the parenting, you know, flaws from 18 years of development or your whole life, and then teaching you new effective coping skills to, accomplish positive thinking and transformation of self, which is the spiritual awakening, you know, and your freedom and happiness. So I just wanted to do a video to put this out there because it's really important. And you know what's so weird is that now I'm a positive thinker, everybody else is a negative thinker. We're not seeing eye to eye. Nobody cares about, the spiritual awakening or getting out of negative thoughts or getting out of mental illness. That's ego, the root of unhappiness, keeping you in your pain. And I am your opportunity to get out of it, to heal it, back to your beautiful, authentic self. So, I hope that if you see this, that you consider be open-minded. Be open-minded. It's worth it. And everything in your life can change and can get better. So basically, I really just wanted to put this out there because it's really important and it's time sensitive. You want to start making positive change immediately. And let me tell you something. This is my own personal process. Nobody, accomplished it because it took creating an app to accomplish it. So I doubt that anybody else has. And there's a lot of work that goes into changing our thoughts to completion. It's not making your thoughts, more positive. It's making the negative thoughts positive. And that takes changing negative ineffective coping skills to positive ineffective coping skills to generate positive thoughts, because negative ineffective coping skills are generated by negative thoughts and create negative thoughts. And let me tell you, with all the negative thinking, that's why we end up having low self-esteem, plus our own putting ourselves down, beating ourselves up, not giving our undermining our abilities, all this stuff. So I just wanted to do this video to get some info out there. And if you're on Facebook and you want to connect with me, just send me a message. Say, hey, I saw you. I want to connect with you. And I post all the time about overcoming depression, anxiety, and bipolar, about getting out of the ego self, about freedom and happiness. Okay, my name is Debbie Jacobs. I hope you have a good evening, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.